Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to Nadlan, broadcasting to you from the East Coast of New York, giving you daily updates from real estate entrepreneurs so you can become one yourself. And today we have post number 5 plus 6 from our entrepreneur of the week, Maor Buchnick, about her new love for staging real estate flips. That's going to be very interesting. And we have another post about her associate that betrayed her. So we're going to hear what happened over there. So if you've been wondering who we are, Nadlan is providing real estate courses, mentoring, financing, deal analysis, and great deal offerings. If you like our content, of course, give us a thumbs up and register to our channel so you can get updates daily. And let's jump into the post. All right, guys. Okay. So after I realized that I got betrayed, I pick up another phone to Frank. The conversation is long, lots of shouting, even tears from my side. What to do? I'm sensitive. The conversation did not end well. He continues to stick to his position in a ridiculous way until he can no longer, because he realized he came with me to dead end, and just said, I would not steal from you and someday I would return everything. Really? Thank you very much. I did not remember we agreed on a loan. From here on, out of the relationship between us took a 180-degree turn. For me, Frank is no longer a partner, not a friend. He just stole, and I have to do everything to make sure that my money and that my investor money that's been invested is in the best way and will not be stolen. That's all that stood before my eyes. I left all of my pursuits aside and I focused only on having money back for my investors. By the way, another check I did revealed that there was another property that had already been sold and Frank did not tell me about it and stole from me half of my profits and principal of my money. After I came out of the shock and the feeling of betrayal, a phone call to Dave, a good friend of mine who is also my agent and also happens to know Frank from childhood. And he tells me, you do not think twice. A phone call to a lawyer that I will bring you, and you place a lien on the houses. When Dave says I'm making a phone call to a lawyer, $7,000 of my own money, and I put a lien on the 30 assets, and my investors had left with Frank. Now Frank is bound. He cannot make a move in exclusive assets. I breathed a sigh of relief. It was a great relief. He cannot sell the assets without my imprisoning Helen and thus not stealing my money, or worse for me, stealing my investor money, which is the thing that bothered me the most. When Frank received an email in the mail about 30 liens listed on his assets, he was in the market and thought I was doing precisely to tie him and sell the transactions. Of course, that was not my goal. But what matters is the test result. And as a result, I'm the last word in every sale, and every sale I can say the final word. Control is in my hands, and that's the point. The thing that bothered me was that from this point he sold so slowly, probably to make me rather prefer to sell his assets when a buyer came rather than mine. And of course, I want to end the deal with him already and get rid of a bad joint venture. So I came to the decision, I do not care about the profits, only that he will return the funds, the investors' money. For me, doing business with people like that is not worth the profit. And this is what I did. I asked to receive only the fund from each sale. And since then, as I expected, he was working way faster, sold and returned the fund to me. And as of today, we've already sold all of the properties except a few. And I'm glad this whole story is almost behind me. There's a lot of morality to learn from this story. Number one, do not trust anyone, even those who look like your friends and have been doing business with you for years. are greedy people and can change once the money tickles under their hands. Number 2, always check, check, check. Not to rest of laurels. If I did not check on Frank, who knows how much money he would steal from me. Number 3, it is better to give up profits and return the fund, especially if it is for investors, so as not to mess with crooks. It is not financially uplifting and certainly not healthy. Number 4, if you come across a crook, seek advice from a lawyer. Number 5, always write down the house in your name. In my case, it was not possible because Frank got the loan on the properties. But if you entered into such a deal, put a lien on the properties in advance and do not rely only on a contract that anchors the agreement between you. Finally, I will tell you that although in the middle of the road I told Frank that I was giving up the profits and I was only interested in getting the fund, until then we made a nice profit from every deal. So in the end, even after the hell I went through with him, we made a profit. Are these gains worth the pressure, the feeling of betrayal, disappointment, frustration, worry, and hours without sleep? Unequivocally not. So the most important thing, know who your partners are. They can lift you up, but also bring you down. In the picture, me and the only partner I trust the most, my dear husband, Eran, who went through this stressful period with me, who went through me during my second pregnancy, it should be noted, supported and reassured all the way. All right, so we can see here Eran. All right, and let's jump into the final post number 6. The new love of Maor. So you already understand that I made a lot of houses for rent and also dealt a lot with flips. But what I have not yet revealed to you is that between renovation, I have discovered that I'm in love with the interior design part. I spent many hours thinking about each house, what it would look like, what wall we would break, what we would leave, color combination, cladding, flooring, faucets, sinks, lighting, and more and more. In most cases, I would also do staging and work closely with her. In short, this interior design is a fee. I always knew that. Already I changed the design of my room in my parents' house every year. And over the years, and in parallel with what I do, I studied interior design and used my abilities in both my properties in the United States and in Israel. And to my great joy, today I'm realizing my love in parallel with real estate transactions, also working as an interior designer. You recorded the track, a tax lawyer, a real estate agent in the United States, and an interior designer. I'm in favor of diversity in life. And for our sake, people all over the world love beautiful things. It's an inherent part of our world, especially today in the Instagram world, that everything must look good, both us and our homes. So especially today, interior design plays an important part in our investment, and you will also be amazed at our profits. Although we'll have to spend a little more to design, in the end it will pay off. I can tell you that design flips can also be made in Israel. Of course, you have to be precise with the numbers and also take the price tax in Israel into account. But even here in the country, I'm still doing it and are willing to pay much more for a designed house. And yes, I did flips in Israel too. I took properties in sought-after neighborhoods in the center of the country, broken and boring properties with a sea of potential. And through renovation and interior design, I improved and sold at a nice profit. There is one important thing common to flips anywhere in the world, and that is know your target audience. Because in renovations, you can disperse and spend a lot of unnecessary money. So why should you pay attention before? First, one has to look at the houses in the area and check what level of renovation and finishes the home buyers are looking for in this area. Do you like carpets or wood floors more in the area? Is it customary to have a name in the kitchen, a common kitchen color, and so on? Usually, of course, the higher the price level in the case of area A, the greater the demand for higher quality finishes, and vice versa. If it is a rental property, What can be left is preserved and not in a hurry to replace old systems if they work. The design will be more minimalist with an emphasis on functionality and durability. So where do you find the finishing materials? I hear a lot about investors trusting the contractor to bring them all the materials. That is, the contractor's quote also includes the materials, the so-called key contractor. It is indeed very convenient to work in this way for the Israeli investors who are not there most of the time in the field, and saves a lot of fuss. But I claim this is a mistake. After all, the contractor, what is his purpose? To earn. He will buy you the cheapest finishes material, and he does not care if a yellow-brown floor for the kitchen is out of fashion, if there is currently a sale on it, and he will profit from the savings. Today, when all the stores are online, what is the problem with ordering all of the materials from Home Depot, Lowe's, Amazon, Target, and more, and ordering delivery directly to your home? In this way, you control the level of your finishes you earn if you bought something on sale, and last but not least, you see the overall picture in the house and can put an emphasis on the design line in your home. And you will be surprised, but to emphasize interior design, it is no less important than finding a home at a bargain price. You do not understand how much interior design that stands out overall the other houses will elevate your investment. By the way, this is true both for rental properties or for flips. In flips, this is probably of paramount importance. A well-designed home will attract buyers who are willing to pay the extra money because they have value in the investment. But in rental properties, it is also important in bringing more durable tenants, those who take care of their living environment and those you want. So my tip, before you go out for a renovation and invest, know who the target audience will buy the houses and invest through in the small details. Color combinations, materials, get into the head of the American buyer or tenant and design the house accordingly. Of course, in accordance with the budget and business plan. Because in the end, despite all of the fun, you are here to make a good deal. So that you understand the importance of interior design and how good it is for our pocket, here is a before and after example of a house I designed in Israel and in the US for some other inspirational designs. So in Israel, it was bought for 2,050,000 shekels, renovated at 250,000 shekels, and sold for 2.7 million. In the US, the property was bought for $105,000, renovated for $70,000, and was sold for $225,000. So the sky is the limit. Invest in your homes. God is in the little details. All right, so this is in Israel. All right, we can see. Just 1 second. All right, so this one is in Israel. You can see the beautiful design of the bath. All right, so this is the before, this is the after. Okay, you can see how beautiful it is. So this is the after, this is the before. I guess this is also the before for the kitchen. And this is the after. Beautiful. And this is the after for the living room. This is the before. Also here, after, before. Beautiful bedroom. Nice balcony or backyard. All right. This is definitely beautiful. All right. So thank you, everyone. And thank you, Maor, for being with us this week. And we'll see you with a new entrepreneur tomorrow. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Have a great day.